This has been about and will be about running the Attorney General's office in a way that makes real that promise of justice, which includes ensuring for the protection and the fight of everyone's civil rights, regardless of their race, regardless of their sexual orientation, regardless of their personal practice. It will be about doing the work of dealing with the fact that so many hardworking people in our state, all those folks who believed in the American dream, have found that because of this economic crisis, that even though they went out and bought a home like they were supposed to, paid their bills on time, their taxes on time, their mortgage on time, they found that as a result of being out of work, they were at risk of losing their homes, and in many cases because of predators who took on the form of brokers to financial institutions and tried to strip them of their few remaining assets and all their dignity. And it will be the work of this Attorney General's office to ensure that goes without consequence. It will be to deal with the fact that we have to be in this state smart on crime. And in that way, we can absolutely be tough. But as Mimi Silbert knows, as the founder of Delancey Street in our home, it has to be about dealing with the fact that to ensure public safety, we cannot be a system that is designed to purely react to crime after it occurs. We must also prevent crime before it occurs. Work that must be done to focus on the issue of recidivism, which is a revolving door of crime in this state, which is costing us a lot in terms of our public safety and a whole lot more in terms of public resources. This is a system that can be fixed, and it will be my mission to do that work. That when we talk about the need to prioritize our environment, it's not because we think that fish and trees are more important than people. We actually realize instead that people need to breathe clean air and drink clean water. We realize that in certain communities that happen to be socioeconomically poor, in those communities, people have used them as dumping grounds so that the children and the babies growing up in those communities have been growing up with unacceptably high rates of asthma. That must be taken seriously, and it is because we think that it's just a good green issue. It's about an issue about people, and it's about caring about people and their need to live in a community where they can be healthy and where they can prosper and live with dignity. This campaign was about, and the work going forward will be about, embracing the best of who we are as a state. Many of you know I am a proud daughter of California. My parents met when they were graduate students at the University of California, Berkeley in the 1960s. They met when they were active in the civil rights movement. And so my sister Maya and me, who Maya is here today, we grew up surrounded by a bunch of adults who spent full time marching and shouting about this thing called justice. And it was in that environment right here in our backyard that I made the decision that I wanted to be a lawyer. It was because the heroes of that important civil rights movement were Thurgood Marshall and Charles Hamilton Houston and Constance Baker Motley. It was they who did the important work of using the skill of this great profession to translate the passion from the streets to the courtrooms of our country, and to do the work of reminding folks who sometimes need to be reminded of that great promise we articulated in 1776, which is, of course, that we are all and should be treated as equals. And it is out of that, it is out of the fact that I started my career as a prosecutor at the Alameda County DA's office. One of the best in the country, and an office that was at one time led by Earl Warren. as a prosecutor. It was